of the investigation, and I want to know answers too. Like I said, my daughter's here. She suffers a lot for her, and it makes me sad. So to see her cry whenever she asks about Julie.
George De La Cruz says he has absolutely nothing to do with his estranged wife's disappearance. We're having a debate here over the questions that were asked in the polygraph. Polygraph examiner Jack Tremarco joining us tonight. You'd like to respond to Pat Brown's questions and criticisms.
Jane, I would. Before we started crossing professional lines there, I wanted to say that the first series of questions had to do with responsibility for her disappearance, which were both disappearance and responsibility were defined to my satisfaction by George. He understood what those terms meant. He failed the exam. He admitted that he had responsibility. He said it was out of guilt. He said he knew the polygraph worked, and at that point, Dr. Phil and I asked him if he would then take a second test with the question, did you kill Julie? And he said he wouldn't take that test.
All right, well, let me just say a couple of things. One, he is not considered a suspect or even a person of interest. He has not been charged with anything, and certainly he deserves the presumption of innocence. Jarvis, Arizona, you've been very patient. Your question or thought?
You know, my thing is George De La Cruz out looking for his wife right now?
Oh, well, Sandra Soto, you're the mother of the beautiful missing woman. What do you say?
I don't think so. He's not doing anything to help us. I told him, you know, he doesn't love his daughter as much as he says he does, because if he loved his daughter, then how come he's not trying to help us bring Layla's mother back? We need to bring Julie back, and George knows, and he's holding back information. He's hiding behind his mother, he's hiding behind his lawyer, and he doesn't want to talk. Why? You know, I think
I do have to point out that he did come on our show and talk at length, very openly, about the conversation that he says that they had. And let me add this other thing. A few days after Julie disappeared, as you know, Sandra, a friend came forward with information she thought could help. As you explained on issues, let's listen to that new development.
I talked to her on the phone, and she said, I need to let you know something very important. Julie texted me and said that she met some guy named James, who's a web designer, who bought a new house in Colorado, and he's taken me away for the weekend to show me a good time.
So, Sandra, is anybody in Colorado, like Colorado police, looking for Julie? Do you know if James exists?
I don't think James exists. All of Julie's friends, you know, all of our relatives, everybody is being very helpful. You know, there's nobody, you know, as far as what my understanding is, that anybody else that has a lawyer other than George. George is the only one that has a lawyer. You know, if he's really concerned about Julie, you know what? Man up, George. Get rid of your lawyer.
I'm going to give you the last word, Pat Brown. We do have to give him the presumption of innocence. 30 seconds.
Well, he certainly does have issues, obviously with his ex there. He should be a person of interest, no question about it. But I'm going to say still, the polygraph was not adequate, in my opinion, to make a decision on.
Well,
so
Jack,
no, that's why it doesn't go in court.
Thank you for joining us, and we all can agree to disagree. You're watching Issues on HLN.